Yo, 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 let's get the business.
Quickly, shout out to all the flood victims and the recent tornado victims over in London, Somerset, all those catastrophic events that transpired over the recent weeks. Shout out to y'all, man. Our heart is with you all, and our thoughts and prayers are with you all. Because, yo, we BBN in here.
Absolutely.
We care about y'all. Big Blue Nation. But look who we got in the building today. The superstar.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
The superstar. And yo, I got to break it down real quick. I got to make sure it's clear, proper. The quick penetrator, the heavy facilitator. She could drive, draw, dish, smooth handles with the rock, bouncy, tremendous amount of consistency, and poise under pressure. That's what I noticed about you. Watching them highlights all day and night. She was cooking them girls out there. She'll give you 20 or 30. Whenever you want it, just on the platter. The orchestra leader, the floor general, the work put in. She'll pull up and pop to the rack. She nasty step back triple. Where you going? She's with the nice nifty hezzy. I seen them hezzies. I seen them hezzies. Where you going? Yo, pressure defense out in front. Yo, nice on the consistent level. Basketball IQ is distinguished. Always making sure you have fun out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you bring that personality on the court. Great character. A ferocious competitor, gritty. She'll shake and bake you. She'll soft floater. Brilliant, very fun to watch. The McDonald's All-American. Bright energy, high frequency. Coach, mentor, professional, skills trainer, and player development. A Jurassic impact in this community. They love you. They love you. You know, man. So. They love you in Lexington and surrounding areas. You're highly appreciated, Big Blue Nation. The fans, they stretch worldwide. It's
Absolutely.
not just Kentucky for real.
It's not. No, it's not.
The marketing behind Kentucky basketball, the monumental significance, the holy mecca. But look who we got in the building today.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Makayla Epps.
Yeah. We in the building. We in the juice bar.
I appreciate you for your time.
Absolutely.
We're in the juice bar. It looks beautiful in here.
Nice in here. Y'all come check it out for sure. We're in E-Town. Come check this out.
Yes, make sure you stop by, get you some juices. I just grabbed me one. This one has spinach, cucumber, green apple, spinach, mint, and pineapple in it.
Okay, now.
Yeah, get your healthy vibes popping.
Okay, now.
Yes, put that out in the front. But back to business.
That's right.
Let's get to business early, Makayla.
That's right.
You know, Kentucky basketball is so iconic. You know, I got to start there.
Absolutely.
I grew up a fanatic. My mother did. My family did. We taped every game.
Right.
Every game label right there. You know what I mean? From
Right,
95 on to at least 99, and then further and beyond.
Absolutely.
Fanatics, couch burning, wildest, craziest, awesome fans. Fantastic acknowledgement. So you was McDonald's All-American.
Absolutely.
That's word. You was drafted at one point to the 33rd overall. Top 5 scorer in school history.
Yep.
Second triple doubler in UK school history.
Yep.
Only second player in program history to be named third time first team all SEC honors in 15, 16, 17. 31st player in program history to reach the 1,000-point mark. And the third fastest player to reach that point under Coach Matthew Mitchell. Point total, 1,790 points to be exact. Is that right?
That's right.
That's my understanding. I gotta get my numbers right.
That's right. Always fact check.
Yeah. 8th overall, 8th all time in assists.
That's about right. That's about right.
Yeah,
I might be bumped by now, maybe.
Yeah, Google caps a little bit. They be lying to you a little bit.
They do lie to you.
Yeah. So, but you up there with assists because you got that court vision.
I'm top 10.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 7th most all time. Is that right?
Like I said, I might be bumped because I graduated in 17 and it's 2005 now, so I'm pushing OG status a little bit. So I don't know. We've had some good players come behind me, so I might still be in that, and I'm still top 10. I'm still gonna stand by it.
Respectfully, respectfully,
very respectfully.
But yeah, I'm not gonna break down all your averages and all that because you was getting money out there. You was getting busy and doing your thing. I know you had 3 games over 30.
Yeah.
And I know you had 31 against South Carolina in that SEC tournament. That was a breakout moment.
For sure.
But yo, even you was Miss Kentucky basketball, to my understanding. Miss Kentucky basketball. That's a great achievement, man. 2013 Kentucky Gatorade Player of the Year, WBCA All-American Honorable Mention, 2013 AP Girls Player of the Year, 3-time All-State honoree, compiling over 3,300 points.
That's it.
In your prep basketball career in high school?
I played 7 years. I played a long time.
Yeah, that's a lot of buckets.
Yeah.
Yo, I can go on and on the list, the accolades, the achievements. They're monumental. She's been operating and excelling on a high level for a minute.
Absolutely.
So, your excellent court vision. And you got the number 25, right? You rock that 2-5?
I rock 2-5.
You following your father's footsteps, of course.
Yep.
Which you probably heard that a million times. Gazillion times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I understand that. But you're highly appreciated and loved. Big Blue Nation. So give us a quick background check, geographically, of course.
Okay.
Marion County.
Okay,
to be exact.
Marion County, born and raised.
And like we saw, it's not directly in the Hollows and Hills, but you're just down there in the corner a little bit.
Yeah, so no hollers and hills where I'm from, but back roads and a lot of trees.
Back roads, like 4-wheelers.
4-wheelers, dirt bikes, motorcycles, stuff like that.
Yeah. Word. I respect it. Did you grow up very competitive in sports, or did you gradually make it to the court?
Absolutely grew up in competitive because I grew up with a bunch of guys. So when you're the only girl, growing up in the hood in the projects with a bunch of guys, and you want to play, you have no choice but to compete, or the guys aren't going to let you play. So like I've always told people, I give a lot of shout out to my guys that I grew up with in Hamilton Heights and Lebanon, Kentucky. You know, they pushed me. Literally would push me down, you know, make me cry, send me home, but then I would come back for more. So, you know, that's how I got my toughness, my grit, and my competitiveness early at a young age, just growing up playing with the guys and being bullied by the guys. So shout out to my guys from the hometown for sure.
Fresh out the concrete.
Absolutely. Fresh out the bricks.
Yeah. We got that in common. It's government housing.
Absolutely.
Something different about that.
Absolutely.
So coming up, analyzing and studying the game, I'm sure you and your pops got so many similarities. No doubt. But could you name some other players that inspired you coming up?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Growing up, so of course my dad, you know, that was the first man in my life I ever loved, and the first man that ever laid the foundation and showed me what life was about and stuff like that. So, you know, he's a 96 national champion. He's a legend.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Dad's a legend. So
champions.
You know, to just want to be like your mom or your dad as a kid, you know, that's every kid's biggest dream. Or, you know what I'm saying? That just happens natural. So, you know, I wanted to be like Pops. And so I did do the Kentucky thing, the number 25 thing, and so on. But then, you know, growing up, I was a huge Allen Iverson fan. You know, I had the braids and the headband.
Yes.
You know, I liked the number 3. So, you know, I grew up middle school. My whole middle school career, I was number 3. And my high school career. So I wore number 3 for people like Allen Iverson, Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker. Like all those 3 right there wore number 3.
Number 3, huh?
Yep. People that I grew up idolizing and loving. So middle school, high school, I wore 3. And then actually when I was going to Kentucky, I did want to cement my own legacy and my own route. So I wanted to wear number 3, but it was already taken by upperclassmen. So then 25 was available. So it kind of just made sense to follow suit like Dad. So, you know, it worked out either way. But definitely Allen Iverson, Taurasi, Candace Parker, people like that growing up, 3 that I really idolized. So I wore the number 3 and stuff like that.
There's a lot of significance behind it. I like the breakdown of that origin.
Yeah,
the big 2-5.
Yeah, for sure.
So I noticed your humbleness, but you also got the killer mentality. Like you control that very well, along with your respect and admiration for the game. Because, you know, you got to be confident going there. But I noticed your interviews, you're always very well-spoken, good media handler, which, you know, those are all nice leadership qualities and strong point guard qualities.
For sure.
So I just wanted to point that out. Court vision immaculate. I seen your interview with Maggie Davis on Kentucky Sports Radio. It looked like it was like a Zoom vid or something.
Yeah.
It looked like it was around like the pandemic days.
Yep.
But yeah, so big shout out to Maggie, KSR, and all them.
Yep, for sure.
Respectfully.
Absolutely.
Let's get into some quick fun stuff though. Chicken wings.
All right, yeah, let's talk about it.
The drums or the flats? Which one you rocking with?
Flats. Non-negotiable. Non-negotiable.
The flat squad.
Flats. And while we at it, while we on the podcast, while we on the interview, man.
Talk heavy.
I'm telling y'all, Wing King in Lexington. Wing King in Lexington. Shout out to my man T.O. down there. He holds it down. Best wings in the city. Check that out.
That's a breakfast place up there. Like, man, is it first watch?
First watch are Wild Eggs.
Wild eggs are straight.
Yeah.
The biscuit, is it Biscuit Belly?
Yep, something like that.
I'll take out those three. And of course, I was in Dre's, in Malone's, all that. Yeah, no doubt about it. So I gotta check your temperature real quick.
All right.
iPhone and Android.
iPhone.
I knew we loved you for a reason.
Yeah.
That's that BBN connection.
I gotta see blue.
No green tape.
No, please.
Get it away, you know what I mean?
Oh, please.
So, let's get the business. The OnPoint Swish squad.
Oh, yeah, please. Let's talk about it, yes.
The semi-pro team out of Eastern Kentucky.
Yes.
Shout out to Eastern Kentucky.
Always.
A few roster members consist of you, Carla Booth, China Dow, Deja Thornton, Talia Walton, Madison Connolly, to name a few. So how'd that come about?
So yeah, please, let's talk about OnPoint Swish, because a lot of people don't even know what I got going on, and this is the most relevant thing that I got going on. So I'm still balling, I'm still playing. So Kentucky OnPoint Swish is Kentucky's first ever women's semi-pro basketball team, and my teammate is also the founder of our organization, Carla Booth. I met Carla literally just last year, right before the tryouts. I hadn't even heard about it. Heard about it through somebody else that heard about it. So major connect. Shout out to my girl Kyvin for putting me back on the court. I love you, girl. Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
But back to Carla Booth, man. I owe my life to Carla right now at my older age. You know, I turned 30 literally tomorrow. You
get younger.
And you know, Carla got me back on the court, and I haven't played organized professional basketball obviously since my WNBA and overseas career, and that was back in 2018.
Right. So she brought that back out of you.
So I had
the dog back out.
She definitely brought the dog back out of me. I hadn't played in 6 years, and then to get back on the court last year. And again, OPB is our OnPoint Swish, Kentucky's first ever semi-pro team. Year 2 is this year.
That's hard.
We do play in Hazard. Last year we played in Hazard. So again, not a lot of people got to see us play. But I'm telling you now, this year we're bringing it to Lexington. So
that's what I was getting to.
We're bringing it to Lexington this year. Actually, first game of the season is Saturday, July 5th at 3:30. So 4th of July weekend, Saturday, July 5th at 3:30 at Transylvania University.
Nice. Tickets on sale?
So no ticket, you just pay at the door. I think the tickets are gonna be like $5 or $10. Admissions at the door. This is our first time playing at Transy. We got two of my teammates are actually Transylvania national champions.
University.
Yep, they played at Transy, won the Natty in 2013. So we hope to fill it up. I'm gonna start promoing it crazy, starting right here now.
Nice, right there in Lexington. Yep. This is good timing.
So this is perfect timing on get the word spread. But yes, really good basketball with tremendous players. You got former D1 athletes, former overseas pros. You got myself, you know, and I still got a lot of juice in the tank. Last year I was 2024 newcomer of the WABA last year.
Talk heavy.
So 16 teams in the league. We were the newest team in the league. I was the newcomer of the league. I also won the 3-point championship of the league, and I was an all-star. All in my first year back. All in my first year back. So I'm telling you, I wouldn't be on here talking and telling y'all, asking y'all to come out and watch us if we weren't worth the watch. We're worth the trip to Lex. We're worth the see, and I promise y'all I can still go a little bit. If you don't believe me, just come check it out.
Man, pull up.
Respect.
Right there in Lexington.
Yes, right there in Lexington.
Right there in Lexington.
Right there in Lexington.
Get your ticket. The admission's right at the door. You don't have to do nothing special.
No more than $10. It was $5 last year. It probably won't be no more than $10 this year.
Nice.
Good basketball, I promise you. Good basketball.
Entertaining too.
Yeah.
Let's get to business.
Yeah.
So you're the first Marion County person to ever be sports professionally recognized.
Yes.
When the Chicago Sky thing happened.
Absolutely.
And let's get the business on this. Break down Makayla Epps Day.
Okay.
It's stamped in stone by the county of Marion. Huge shout out to everybody. I seen where the gym was just packed out, full of supporters, appreciators. You signed plenty of autographs. You've been a sensational, highly respected star for quite some time. So they love you in there. Could you elaborate on Makayla Epps Day?
I love my hometown, man. That's where I was born. That's where I was raised. That's all I've ever known. You know, and we are the country, so we are the underdog. So that's where my underdog and my killer mentality, along with my humbleness, because I was raised well. Major shout out to my parents.
You thought you was underestimated?
Yeah, you know, being from the country, man.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we used to walk in and people would see us and be like, "Oh, look, county team, country team." But then we was going to Louisville and Lexington tournaments and busting up the city teams. The city teams just have a different look for the county schools because, it is better competition in the city. I'll give them that. But you got some county schools that can play.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And we were just one of them county schools that can play. So when we walked in the gym, we made sure everybody understood that. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And that's all it was. So, and then again, Kentucky's known for basketball. But, again, not a lot of big names get drafted from Kentucky, So, again, underdog mentality. I was one of the first, not only from Marion County, but again, the whole state of Kentucky. We've had some draftees across the sports, but not too many.
I know what you mean.
So just one of them things. And again, back to Lebanon, man. I love Lebanon. I've always been loyal to my hometown. Again, I played high school basketball for 7 years. That's a long time. And so I put on a good show for 7 years from sixth grade.
You starting early, huh?
Yep. I started playing varsity in the 6th grade. I was the smallest one out there. And then I ran the courts in Marion County for 7 years. And, so me and those folks had a bunch of good times.
Oh, red wine. You've been starting you started varsity since the 7th grade?
Yeah. And that's another reason, I wore number 3. Yeah, I played in 3 varsity games my 6th grade year. A lot of good facts, man. I
like that. There's a lot of symbolism to that 3.
You know what I'm saying? And it's on the back of my neck. 333. I'm all over. That's one of my angel numbers and stuff like that. But then, I put a lot of love into the city, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into the city, and then they paid it back and gave me a day.
Makayla Epps Day.
So it's not something that's ultimately celebrated. They don't shut the city down and bring the fire trucks out or nothing like that. No, but it was just a monetary thing of a symbolism of respect.
Yes.
So, I do have a day solidified. Like I said,
tremendously appreciated.
It's tremendously appreciated, and it gets blurry. I know it's either April 13th or April 14th, but they cemented it back in 2015. So we're on a 10-year run of Makayla Epps Day in April in Marion County. And again, major shout out to my city. Senator Jimmy Higdon made that happen, and those good people like that. A lot of love and respect for those guys for sure.
Shout out to the senator.
Absolutely.
Got that plaque, got that award.
Absolutely.
Man, very well deserved.
Absolutely.
Nice. So, did you feel any pressure coming in the UK following the footsteps of, your father's Kentucky Wildcat national championship footsteps?
Oh man, that's crazy. He definitely gave me some big shoes to fill, but I always looked at it differently. There's a 20-year gap there. There's a 20-year gap, and dad's a male and I'm a female, so there's a lot of different factors I can't completely compare or try to be just like dude because I physically can't. Just based on the genetics and all of it. So, but I wanted to be as much like him as possible. So, he went and got a natty. So, everybody was like, "You gonna bring us a natty?" And I was like, "Oh man!"
Both of y'all just monsters on the court.
I don't know if I'm gonna bring you a natty, but I'm gonna give you everything I got to try to get you a natty.
He's gonna try to push you, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And then
that's what true champions do.
Yeah. So, but again, no true pressure. Me and Dad's always had just a very simplistic relationship. We talk about ball. We don't talk about ball. We don't have to. Our relationship isn't solely around basketball and stuff like that. So he never pushed me. He never pushed me to go to Kentucky. He never pushed me to try to be better than him in realms like that. It was just, it was just a borderline mutual respect. Do what you love what you do, and I'm gonna support you the whole way.
That's beautiful. Yep. He just let you work.
Yep.
So I'm aware you play with players like Mackenzie Can, Taylor Murray, Janae Thompson, to name a couple. Who are some of them players in UK that really acknowledge you and make you feel real comfortable when you first got on campus?
So when I first got to campus as a freshman, man, my freshman year was probably my heaviest year because we had 7 McDonald's All-Americans on the University of Kentucky roster.
A lot of talent.
Whole lot of talent. So, I had a lot of good vets. Bria Goss, Denisha Stallworth, Samari Walker, Janae Thompson, Jen O'Neal. Jen O'Neal especially, man, she was from the Bronx. So to meet somebody from the Bronx, New York, that's rugged,
that means something.
That's rugged and real blue collar work ethic, go getter.
Mike Tyson from Brownsville.
That really opens your eyes, because I think that I'm a go getter and I'm a hustler and stuff. Being from the country, the small town of Marion County, Kentucky, but to see, the Bronx, New York come out of somebody, so I was around really good stock, really good folks, and you know, my freshman year I didn't play a lot, but they kept me motivated.
Yeah.
They supported me, and then that's when, you know, transitioning into my sophomore year, I really took off. You know, I tell people all the time I really didn't play my freshman year because I had to learn. I went from being top dog in the county and at home to the bottom barrel rookie that, you know, was a little bit overweight, wasn't in shape, and couldn't bang with everybody. So I had to get my mind right, you know, and take a look in the mirror and self-assess. And then my sophomore year is when I ran it.
It was all about the journey.
Yeah, man.
The process.
Always about the journey.
You people out there, don't put pressure on yourself.
No pressure.
If it takes baby steps to get there, you get there. And then next day, you know, you was cooking them and splashing them and dashing them.
There we went.
Because I was looking at them highlights last night, like,
yeah.
where's she going? You left her over there, then you hit her with the Euro, and I'm telling you, the transition buckets.
Yep, that's my favorite game. I like to get out and run.
Transition?
I like to get out and run. I like to get out and run a lot. You know, downhill, I'm a big body.
Yeah.
I'm a big frame, so I'm going to take the contact. You know, you're going to have to want to take the contact. I'm going to bring it to you, you know, and stuff like that. But that's just when I'm best. When I'm free, I'm running. You got to catch me. Catch me if you can, you know. and sometimes they can't, so I'm out of there.
And sometimes even initiate the contact.
Yeah,
make sure you get to the line, because you're a great free throw shooter as well.
Absolutely. Yep.
So you've had some great relationships extended to present, I'm sure. What about coaching staff? You still keep in contact with any of the coaches?
Oh man, absolutely, man. Me and Coach Mitchell at Kentucky. Well, let me not skip my high school coach. My high school coach is hands down. He should go in the Hall of Fame books in Kentucky as the best coach to ever coach in Kentucky. That's just my mentality. Trent Milby, he's now head coach at Berea Women's University. So if you got a chance to go play for Berea, Coach Milby, I highly recommend that. I love that man. He did a lot for me growing up. You know, he took me on AAU tournaments, fed me, you know, housed me, took care of me, you know, put me in positions that, you know, my parents couldn't put me in, and he put me in the positions, them camps, being around people, certain teams and stuff like that, and letting me get the spotlight and stuff like that. So my high school coach, that's my by far out of that man in the world. He's good.
That's
dude.
the old ball coach.
Yeah, he's a good dude for sure.
Nice.
And then of course Matthew Mitchell. Me and Coach Mitchell had, you know, many head-to-head battles, but tremendous dude. When my mother passed away, he did a lot for me. He was there for me. And then again, my OPB Swish, you know, it's year 2, and I reached out to Coach Mitchell, and he's down in Houston right now. So he left the University of Kentucky, he took some years off, and now he's coaching down at the University of Houston. And I reached out to him, and he tremendous sponsor to my OnPoint Swish semi-pro team. So still keep in contact with all of them. Yeah, absolutely. And then even my assistant coaches, man, I had some really good assistant coaches along the way. Cameron Whitaker, Tamika Jeter, Coach Steph, Coach Amadou. I've had some really good assistant coaches. I don't really keep in contact with them, Coach Butts, Coach Santos, as much as I do the head coaches. But again, still good relationships, no love lost anywhere. Yes. I've had some really good coaches in my life for sure.
Awesome. The energy is always positive.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
And accepting you. They hit you up today, they be right there.
Absolutely.
Give me a room push.
Absolutely.
Nice. So you slapped 31 on Carolina. Let's go back to that.
All right.
How'd you feel freshly heading into that matchup? And then how'd you feel after the game?
Man, Carolina's tough. I tell people all the time, Don Staley's amazing.
Because, South Carolina?
Yeah.
They're a dynasty.
They are. 100% they are. Don Staley has came in and tremendously flipped the program around. And I also love that she's a black woman handling business.
Absolutely.
I always love that. But South Carolina's tough, man. I tell people all the time I went 2-11 versus them. We played them 13 times in 4 years, and we won twice. So, like, they're the real deal. You know, they had the Asia Wilsons, and yes, the Asia Wilson that's still in WNBA'S.
The Asia Wilson.
Yep, I had to play her.
Doggy dog.
Yeah, I had to play her 3 out of 4 years, and we had no answer for Asia Wilson. Just like everybody in the league still has no answer for Asia Wilson.
But you were the best, playing up against the best.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was definitely a battle. So, you know, I gave them what I gave them, but they still won that game. Again,
she gave them 31.
31, but they're just a really good team. That was a really good team, top to bottom.
But I love that.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely.
And admiration, because look.
Absolutely.
You just gave them a casual 31, take this.
Yeah, you know. Well, they won, we lost. But, you know, take that 31 for sure.
I see what you're saying. And, you know, a lot of people don't match up to the competition level. Some people stoop. Right. You know, if they're playing less competition, they kind of slack a little bit. You didn't do that.
No.
You don't ever do that. So, let's get the business with this. What's a big memorable moment that stands out to you in your basketball memory that's unforgettable?
I tell people all the time, it's a tremendous story, really. My McDonald's All-American selection. So back in high school, I was coming out of high school. Yes, I was Kentucky Miss Basketball. Yes, I was Kentucky Gatorade Player of the Year. But still, being from Kentucky, I felt like I had done enough in the state. But on a national level, I wasn't averaging what, you know, the Diamond DeShields and the Kelsey Plums and the Kelsey Mitchells was averaging. You know, so, but again, I was coming from Kentucky. They're playing better comp. They're playing bigger names. They're playing the top fives every night and stuff like that. So, you know, my senior year, I was actually planning, I'll never forget, I was actually planning, I was in the hood, I was in the Jacks with my people. I was actually planning a summer vacation. We was going to go to PCB. So we on the phone and we trying to get to Panama and we dialing and wilding, and then a screenshot comes through my phone and I'm looking and somebody was like, congrats. And I like clicked on it and there it was, you know, my name right there on the TV to be selected as a McDonald's All-American. So I was like, hey, yo, I'm not going to Panama, but I'm going to Chicago. Like
a bone-chilling feeling.
Absolutely. Then my phone started blowing up. Everybody's calling me. Everybody's texting me, congratulating me. And like, that was one of the biggest, because again, being from small town, Marion County, Kentucky, like, you got big dreams, man. Everybody dreams, you know, we all got dreams, but like, I don't know, just to have it fulfilled and like in that big of a realm, to be a burger kid, you know, that's what we call ourselves, to be a burger kid and be submitted as a McDonald's All-American, like that's huge, you know.
Absolutely.
That's huge, especially being from small town, you know, Lebanon, Kentucky, that is huge. So that's one of my bigger ones. And then, you know, when you get to college, obviously the triple-double. The triple-double was crazy.
You gotta elaborate on that.
Yeah, we played Morehead State.
Stop the triple-double on them.
Yeah, we played Morehead State and it was crazy. I can't remember. I think all my stats was close though. It was like 15, 13, and 12, or 13, 11, and 10. But nonetheless, and I was chasing it. They was telling me, and like they was letting me go chase.
So you found out you was close to it.
So it was fun, man. You know, because then like I found out I was close to it, and everybody was chirping to me on the bench. You need 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Like you gotta go. And so, you know, and they wanted me to get that, and to be the second ever in Kentucky school history is amazing. You know, and then De'Aaron Fox came behind me and got one, you know. So, you know, and then I with some credible names. And one of the guys just got one either last year, I can't remember, last year or the year before last. So we've had a couple since me, but that was one of my biggest ones, along with scoring 42. So 42 is my career high in college. I scored 42 on Mississippi State. I play really good against them. A lot of respect to Coach Vic Shaver. He's got a great program, but I gave them 37 and 42 in the same year. Like that's so
heavy.
Yeah, no, all good buckets, but I play very well against Mississippi State.
And look, you don't even you let the game come to you.
Absolutely.
These are good decisions.
I'm a pass first point guard, and that's what scares people to death. They're like, yo, you're a pass first point guard. I'm like, I am. You're like, you finished with 27. I was like, I did. Like, you know, it's just how the game works.
You're a playmaker.
I am. I like to see my teammates get going, because as soon as my teammates get going, it opens up me to get going. Or vice versa. If I get going, then it collapses on me, then I can get my teammates going. Right. I'm all about getting my teammates going.
Next thing you know, y'all having a field day out there.
Everybody's having a field day. Everybody's having a field day.
And you got a diverse game. Like, your package is crazy. When you get in that bag, that part.
It's only getting better too. It's so crazy how, like, really, if you knew then what you know now, that's really one of them things, you know, that, you know, stuff does get better with time and age and stuff like that. Because again, 30 tomorrow and can still play, and like maybe a little bit slower, but more methodical, you know, more intelligent, and like still just feels good.
The game's probably has to slow down a little bit.
It has a little bit easier, you know, in some aspects.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
So let's get the business. You get the SEC major fits. What did you enjoy most about playing in the SEC conference?
It's the most competitive conference in the world. You know, I respect the ACC and all the other conferences. I really do. But like, until you come get some of that SEC bump, and that's just all I can say. If you ain't never felt that SEC bump, I'm just telling you, it's different. You know,
I'm telling you,
all the waters in the world are different for a reason, and it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's just different. It was a grind every night. You know, you didn't never walk in and be like, oh yeah, we play Arkansas, it's cupcake. Right. We play Ole Miss, cupcake. You know, we play Tennessee, cupcake. No, it was like, ooh, I play LSU tonight, bro, bring it. Bootstrap. Yeah, you know.
And athletes.
Athletes, you know.
How they get it. Because I noticed Mark Pope last year, you know, Kentucky men's were good.
Yep.
But I noticed this year, the way he's recruiting, the way he's getting the transfers, more athletes, more physicality.
Yeah.
They beefing up a little
Especially
bit.
on the guy side too. Like I tell people all the time, like the guy side is just, it's a heightened level, you know, because like think of your LeBron James, that's your greatest athlete, or your Steph Curry's, or whoever your greatest male athlete may be. You know, your best female athlete, you know, physically isn't going to be as superior. So like I tell guys all the time, it's harder for you. You got a harder route than say a woman does. And that's just the facts of it. I've been in it. I've seen it. You know, I can say that. A lot of people wouldn't understand what I'm saying. Well, you mean that women got it easier? I'm not saying your road's easy either, but you'll understand what I'm saying, you know, if you ever get to a certain point.
Yeah, they'll catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And shout out to De'Aaron Fox getting that triple-double after your triple-double. You sped past that part.
Keep that going.
But I got to make it clear for the people.
Keep that going.
That's hard. So what makes a good teammate in your definition?
What makes a good team? It's so crazy you asked that. And it's so crazy because I didn't really learn like what a good teammate really was or looked like until I had to become that. So what I'm saying on that is all my life I've been like the one. I was the one.
Absolutely.
So everybody wanted to make sure like that I was okay, or that I had what I needed, or that they were doing what they needed to do for me to like feel good or play good or look, whatever the case may be. Because I've always been the top dog or the best player on my team.
Doggy dog.
Until I got to the league. So when I got to the WNBA, and a lot of people know, short career, did get drafted. Yes, very grateful, blessed for the opportunity to make it, you know, lifelong childhood dream, all that. But when I got to the WNBA, I had to learn how to become a teammate, as far as like a role player teammate, or like a person that, you know, doesn't get all the limelight. So when I got to the league, I was a rookie. I might have touched the court a handful of times. I probably played in like 6 games my rookie season. But again, I was on a vet-heavy team.
Absolutely.
My coach was a first-year WNBA coach, so of course she's not going to rely on the rookie to save her job. Nobody ever is. It is a business. But when I wasn't playing, I had to learn how to become a good teammate. So I'm sitting in my warm-up all game. All game. You got to understand, I ain't never did that. Hey, never in my life did that.
Very new for you.
So very new for me, but then I had to embrace that role of like, you know, being the cheerleader on the bench, or, you know, the one getting the water for whoever just came out. So, you know, just being a good teammate is being optimistic, open-minded, and versatile. You know, you might not be the best player on your team, but that's okay. You can be the best role player on your team to the best player on your team, or you can be the best, you know, uplifter for somebody on your team. You know, I got a girl on my semi-pro team. She's not our most athletic. She's not our best player. She accepts her role, and I tell people all the time, she has become one of my favorite teammates in the world because she always shows up. Yeah. She never complains. Right. She doesn't, you know, worry about what doesn't need to be worried about when the ultimate goal on a sports team is to win. She's willing to do whatever it takes to win. And I play with a lot of people. I play with Captain Pondexter, Tamara Young, Allie Quigley's, you know, Courtney Vandersloots. I played with some names, and like, this girl I'm talking about, Rochelle McGraw, is one of my top 5 teammates I've ever played with. Right. Just because like she's willing to do whatever it takes for the team to win, and you don't find people that don't have that ego, that don't have that underlined in, you know, like, dang, she's not even really better than me. The coach is jocking her because she's da-da-da-da, you know.
So you appreciate all those characteristics.
Man, what?
The 96 Bulls.
What? You know, like everybody can't be Batman. Right. And everybody can't be Robin.
And that's usually what championship teams are made of. If you look at all the championships down the line, those squads, they had major role players that were acceptive of their roles.
And that's it. You do your role very well, everything else will take care of itself. So, you know, like I said, when I got to the league, I had to learn that. You know, like, you're not really playing, okay, but now you got to be a sponge. So now you got to watch what's going on, learn. So when your number does get called, you're ready. But then, like, you got to stay involved. You can't be over there like, man, I've been the one my whole life.
I like that about your character, though,
now
because
I'm sitting here,
first you took the accountability. Yeah. And then you just made the adjustments.
Absolutely.
I like that. So what you hooping in? You got the lows, the mids, and the highs?
Man, I'm telling you now. It's so crazy that I've ever hooped in anything other than a low top. So I'm a low top fiend now.
You quick off your feet.
Oh, man.
A quick first step.
The Sabrina 2s, man. I'm telling folks now. The Sabrina 2s. I'm, again, 30 tomorrow, 29 right now. And I've been, obviously, back hooping for now 2 years. So, like, I've hooped in nothing but the Sabrina 2s 2 years. I got 5 pair and a custom pair on the way that I ordered for my birthday. But I also just now got the What the Kobe. I had to get the What the Kobe. So the backstory on the What the Kobe's, they came out when I graduated in high school for the first time. It was my first time seeing them. Mm-hmm. And that's the mix match Kobe for the ones that don't know. That's the one that's red and the other one's blue or whatever. That's the mix match Kobe.
That was hard, yeah. I know what you're talking about. They
came out in 2013, my first time. Again, wasn't rich by no means, didn't grow up rich. So again, that was something I wanted really bad as a graduation present.
Yeah.
Didn't have the funds to get it, couldn't afford them. So now in my older age, got my own money. When they dropped this year, I made sure that I got them. I made so sure that I even got 2 pair.
Hey,
I got 2 pair of them because I felt like I deserved that.
You did deserve it.
What I'm saying?
You're putting the work in.
Absolutely.
Plus, you got a passion for the game.
Absolutely.
You might as well get what you need out there.
I'm back grinding, so yeah, I'm definitely hooping in the Sabrina 2s and the Kobe lows, but that's it. Nothing else.
It'll be comfy out there.
Yeah.
And that's your favorite shoes to hoop in?
The Sabrina 2s, man. I'm telling you. If you don't got a pair, get a pair. If you need a pair, hit me. I'll show you which ones to get.
Hey, Makayla got the plug. She got it. So who was an all-out monster on the court that you seen up close or played against? I'm talking about an absolute killer.
For sure.
Yeah.
So a lot of people might be like, of course she's going to say that, of course, but like, people don't really understand, like...
It is what it is, though.
It is what it is, but like, I played against two people, or a couple people for sure, like, Asia Wilson is a dog.
Certified.
Like, that's real. She's got a shoe. She's got the market. She is who she is and all that for a reason. That's not just something that was gifted to her. She is a dog for a reason. People don't understand, or, might be like, blah, to this one, but BG, Brittany Griner. I played against BG in college.
She's tough.
And I was on BG in the league. I shouldn't have been. I got caught on the switch, and I was down on the low float. I had no business in there.
She got a few inches on you.
Yeah, a foot and a half. But nonetheless, BG's tough, man. And yes, her size does, but she's skilled too with that size. It isn't just because she's big. No, she's skilled within that size.
She got nice footwork.
She do. And then when it comes to like guard play, man, I've been, I toe-to-toe with Skylar Diggins. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Odyssey Sims. Like I said, though, I was on the Chicago Sky. I played with, Hall of Famers, Cappy Pondexter. Like, if you don't know her, Google her, you know what I'm saying? Like, please. Kalia Copper. Like, I was having to go up against dogs. Courtney Vandersloot, still playing for the Chicago Sky, all-time leading scorer right now today.
So like, a plethora of doggy dogs.
So I'm playing against dogs, and then seeing Diana Taurasi give Chicago 42. I didn't play. But to sit there, obviously sideline, and watch her give us 42, remarkable.
With no expression on her face.
At all. Or talking cash, if anything. But that was remarkable.
She kind of like Tim Duncan of the WNBA.
Oh, yeah, she's a menace, for sure.
Fundamentals?
Yeah.
She's
good. DT had a great career. Everybody got on me my rookie season. I was a fangirl. So my rookie season, everywhere we went, I'm fangirling. We played Phoenix. I'm after the game. DT, you take a picture with me? I got a picture with DT on my phone. That's my favorite player. Like, I got a DT bobblehead, the whole works. Like, I told him, I said, man, I come from a small town where this don't happen. This ain't normal for me. Y'all might know people.
It's not where you're from. It's how you come.
It's not where you're from. It's definitely how you come. Like, this ain't normal for me, so I'm gonna embrace my experience. Yes. I'm taking pictures. I got a picture with Maya Moore. We played Minnesota.
Oh, that's hard.
I'm out on the court.
One of my favorite, not to cut you off, one of my favorite pictures you got, you and Rick Pitino got that picture.
Me and Ricky P.
I seen that. The big dog. One of my personal favorites.
That's what I tell people. That's my godfather. People laugh all the time. I'm like, that's my godfather.
That's my Mount Rushmore college basketball coach.
Absolutely. I love when he wear the white suit.
Oh, man.
I love when he wear the white suit.
I love it.
Look like
Mafia
in the Mafia.
Yeah. You love Rick, man.
Mob. Absolutely.
Wow.
I always love Rick.
Man, bought us out of probation back in the 90s. A lot of people don't know that backstory.
You know what I'm saying? They mad because he left. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he had to do what he had to do.
It is.
He had a good time with him while he was here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, my man Stu, he got the vintage starter on too.
I had to do it. I had to come correct. It's
That's
BBN,
nice right there.
Big Blue Nation.
That's Streams 96.
Yes. Make sure they got to get another story.
Streams 96.
Man. I knew she was going to come in here proper.
Absolutely.
And I did one of them EppsANITY skills shirts for sure.
Yeah, man. So for the ones that don't know, let's talk about it real quick.
The merch is on deck.
This is my brand. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing now. So EppsANITY Skills. It's so crazy because one of my childhood friends gave me the name EppsANITY back in 2012 when Jeremy Lin went on his crazy Linsanity run. for the New York Knicks. So that's where it comes from. When Jeremy Lin went on that insane run, everybody was doing the LinSanity thing.
That.
So my buddy was like, let's do EppsANITY. So he started calling me EppsANITY. So then we just dropped it now to today, you know, EppsANITY Skills. So everybody's got to have a name or a tag or what they do and stuff like that.
That's tough.
EppsANITY Skills is my skills training. You know, we'll call it a brand. It's my skills training brand. So back home in Lebanon, I do some skills training. They got a new sports complex for us. So 2 days out the month or 2 days out the week. So essentially 7 to 8 sessions a month. You know, you can come down and get that 1 hour workout in with me. You know, low cost, just $25 for the hour, but it's good skill work. A lot of these kids that I see now, you know, I call it bad basketball, and I hate calling it bad basketball, but I hate watching bad basketball. And so a lot of kids just need skill work, man. And it takes somebody to slow down and actually put the hands on them and help them get better at what they do, you know. So we build the groups up, you know, 3 different groups, 3 different ages within the groups. And, you know, like I said, I got a group 7 to 10, man, and we in there, and I'm teaching them left and right hand, you know, like literally the basics that they didn't know coming in, you know. And I got a kid in there that's 7. She's undersized, not even supposed to be shooting on the 10-foot goal, but now she's making shots on the 10-foot goal, man. So I got to know we're getting better. I got to know I'm doing my job, and that's what it's about. Like, it's not about the money and stuff like that. I got a good paying job. I don't need, you know, whatever's whatever. But like, I do want to see the kids, especially the kids in my community first, get better.
Absolutely.
You know, I want to see the next Makayla Epps. I want to see somebody, you know, do what I done or show them that it can be done being where we're from. So, you know, that's what we do in Lebanon. So if anybody wants to get in on that, more than welcome, boys and girls. Like I said, drive down all summer, June, every Tuesday and Thursday. I mean, every Tuesday and Wednesday in June. We get it
Sign them up.
We get it in.
That's truly beautiful.
Get it in.
That is the significance and the importance of that is it's truly remarkable. Working with them kids, they love you. They listen to you, look up to you.
I love the kids too.
Yeah, and you're embedding more confidence in them, like you said. So let's get to this.
All right.
Air Maxes or Air Forces?
I gotta go Maxes
or Tims.
Definitely not no Tims. Maybe Tims in the winter. Tims is heavy. I'm dragging big boots around. But I'm on my casual runners right now, so I'm getting more casual. I like Air Maxes.
There you go.
Forces are a good classic look for like Easter, Memorial Day, something like that. But you know, you only got a couple hours in them, and then they creased, and now you don't even know
crease. I hate creases.
I hate the creases. But then, you know, like I said, I'm not 30s young, yes, but I'm still getting a little bit older. So I found love in the just the casual runners, the Nike Vomeros, New Balance, you know, stuff like that.
I feel you. I
found myself dad shoes. I'm like, nah, these good. Yeah,
I'm with you. I find myself going for more comfort than style nowadays.
Yeah, gotta have that comfort.
Nice. Hotel or Airbnb? I know you played a lot of ball on the road.
So yeah, obviously I've stayed in both, obviously. But I'm an Airbnb player. If I'm gonna book a trip now, I want an Airbnb. I want Airbnb just because, you know, the seclusion. I like the seclusion. But I'm never going to turn down a good hotel ever.
Nice. You like the space?
Yeah.
Nike or Champion hoodies?
Nike.
Nike. Early games or late night or night games?
Well, I look at it both ways. I like the early games for me because I like to get up and play. I hate knowing that I got a game at 8 o'clock at night. I got to wait all day to play.
The anticipation.
It drags me out. I'd rather get up, you know, them early AAU games I used to like. You know, you hated getting up early, but I like going ahead and playing, getting that out the way. But I like the late games again for like my family, my friends. You know, they'd rather come to a late game than an early show.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, so stuff like that. I look at it 2 different ways.
There's a balance to that.
Absolutely.
The bright lights.
Yeah. The lights is definitely on at the nighttime.
Yes. Let's get the business BBN. So, your funniest meme that you think? Funniest meme ever?
What do I think is the funniest meme ever?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many memes.
You know, you got the ones with the frogs and the little quotes. And of course, the Michael Jordan.
I like the Michael Jordan crime face just because you can use it a lot.
That was hard,
I like the frog too, though. I like the frog sipping his tea because it's not my business.
That was hard.
I like that.
Yeah, that fits you very, very well. So one's got to go. Okay, texting or calling?
One's got to go, texting or calling.
Yeah.
Don't call me, man. Do not call me, man.
You ain't doing basketball training.
Don't call me, man. I'm busy. Yeah, don't call me. Don't call me.
Netflix or Hulu?
I like Hulu, man. Netflix done got slow.
Shout out to Hulu.
Yeah, shout out to Hulu for sure.
Yeah. Xbox or PlayStation?
So I don't play either no more, and I used to be all Xbox, growing up Xbox, but I think I've switched now, even though I don't play anymore, to PlayStation. I like the PS5. I like the PS5.
I was a PlayStation kid for sure. I have one still, but I don't ever play it. My kid, I let her just.
For sure.
Yeah. Bikes or boats?
I just got a bike. So, I just got a bike.
Yeah, that was a setup question, by the way. I set that up. I put that on the tee.
I like both. I definitely will get on the kayaks and the boats and all that stuff. I like being on bodies of water to know men to know that.
Kayaking?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But now I'm on the bike. I got a bike.
What kind of bike you have?
So I just got a little starter bike, a little 250. So again, it's still rides good too.
With a helmet?
But, got a helmet. Yep.
There you
Shout out to my people at work. My girl Lynn got me a helmet. So yeah, I'm helmeted on. But yeah, I got me a little 2023 250. So again, a starter bike, and it's blue. Of course it is. But
you flying down the Marion County roads. Let's get it. A League of Their Own. Have you seen that movie? You haven't? Okay. I was good. Movies or documentaries?
Ooh, I'll still watch both, but I like a good documentary. I love a good backstory. I like to know where something, how it's built, the foundation and stuff like that. Documentaries are more interesting than movies, especially now. I'm getting a little bit older, so I'm liking that.
Hey. Where you get tatted up at? What's your favorite tat spot?
Oh man, I'm definitely gonna shout him out, and I hope he sees it because we got to get in the lab, my guy. But nonetheless, so all of my lower arm work was done by a guy in Louisville. His name is Lamar, or at Ink by Unk on all social media platforms. Calling him out heavy. Calling you out heavy. I need you.
Big shout out to Lamar.
I'm trying to get my whole leg done, and it's no disrespect to any other artist, but just like guys, y'all go to y'all's barbers and y'all locked in and y'all loyal. He the only guy I really want to do the leg sleeve for my mom, so I'm waiting on you. I need you. We got to get that in. But again, major shout out to him. He did all my lower work. And then, of course, anybody that's ever inked me, shout out to you because I wouldn't have let you put no needle on my skin.
We love the arts.
Absolutely.
Yes, nice. So, your favorite hoop movie? Do you have one?
Love and Basketball.
Hard.
Love and Basketball. Yeah, everybody used to ask me, is Omar Epps your dad? No, not that Epps. They would see the Epps and automatically
doing too much Googling.
They ask me, Omar or Mike all the time. Day off Friday, is that your dad? I'm like, no, not that one either. Anthony Epps, the basketball player.
Right, get it right, get it correct. Yeah. So, the Kentucky versus Louisville rivalry, to my understanding, you almost went to Louisville.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So how ugly did that rivalry get when you was in college?
Didn't get too ugly, we kept everything respectful. So yeah, a lot of people don't know I verbally committed. So I didn't never sign anything, but I verbally committed to go play at Louisville. Okay. Back in 2012. So right before I graduated high school, it might even been 2011, 2012, my sophomore year, so 2011. I verbally committed to the University of Louisville. Yes, I was gonna go wear the red, throw the L's, all that. Okay, yes. But then life happens, stuff happens, people don't see eye to eye, business is business. Right. Decommitted, reopened my recruitment, and then ended up down the road in Lexington at Kentucky. So, again, not a lot of people even knew about the commitment, so it didn't get too nasty on me. I didn't get any threats, like, I can't believe you did that or nothing like that. No, tweets. We kept it clean, and then
that's cool.
Just the 4 years at Kentucky, when we played Louisville, I went 3-1 versus Louisville, lost to them my senior year, and that one still stings right here because the ball was in my hands for the game and I missed it. We went into overtime and we ended up losing in overtime. So that's why I say, y'all
both had a good squad that year.
Absolutely.
All season.
Absolutely. They had Asia Durs and, they have players. They definitely have players, and they actually made an Elite 8 run that year also. So major shout out to Coach Walls. Even though we had a misdirection along our journey, our path, there's still a lot of respect between me and Coach Walls. I love what he does at Louisville.
Major respect.
Just as well as I love Coach Mitchell and what we did at Kentucky.
Yes, you amongst the basketball gods at Kentucky. Hey, very positive and uplifting energy.
Absolutely.
So the NIL deals, the transfer portal.
Oh man,
it's emerged. College basketball became somewhat of a business. What's your perception behind it all?
I love it. I wish that they would have did it 5 years earlier so I could touch some of it. But
where your chicken at?
Man, come on, man. Where mine? But I love it, man. People don't understand it. People think that just because you get the athletic scholarship to go to a prestigious university or, to play at the next level, that's your payment, that's your payoff. Like, people don't understand what we go through as athletes.
Right.
Not only physically, you know, the mental, the emotional, you know, I'm not
psychological.
The psychological. I'm not discrediting what nobody else does either. I feel like everybody should get paid. I feel like doctors should get paid more, heart surgeons should get paid more, you know, baby doctors should get paid more, all of that. But I'm all for, yes, athletes should be compensated in some form of way. Now, I'm sorry that some of them are getting mega millions now at 18. Whoa, hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But if that's what they're, you know, collaborating for and stuff like that, then at the end of the day, that's solely them. And I love that for them. Because you do have some really good college athletes that deserve the compensation. Like, think about all the athletes that came through that never got compensated.
Including you.
You know, your Jason Tatum's, your Zion Williams, and Makayla Epps. Like, imagine the
so many.
Like, y'all are mad about the money that they're getting now. Jesus Christ, the world would already been broke if we would have to pay them, you know, the Anthony Davises, the John Walls.
You know,
like,
colleges make a lot of paper.
Absolutely. You know, so, you know, it's not hurting nobody. Like, again, no, you might not agree with it. There's no way an 18-year-old kid's getting paid $1 million to throw football. Well, you know, if it was me, I would just look at my son and say, hey, boy, get up.
Factual.
You need to go throw that football. You know what I'm saying?
Only the pocket watchers care, right?
You know, only people that pocket watch care, yes. And, you know, because like I said, people don't understand, man. It's a grind. Once you sign that line to go play at a university, you sign, like, they own you from the time
it's beyond a grind.
From the time you open your eyes to the time you're closed, you're on somebody's schedule, and it's not yours. And people don't understand that. I missed Thanksgivings with my family, Christmases with my family, like
on the road.
Events with my homies that I've grown up with.
You gotta keep up with academics.
You know, it's a juggle.
And let me say this. One thing I've thought about is somewhat y'all's privacy is invaded.
Oh my God.
Because you got information about you on Google. They know your back, your last name on the back of your jersey. They know where your game is at. They know what time your game is at.
Absolutely. Like I said, people don't understand that, and you wouldn't unless you understood it at a level-headed area or like you've lived it. So I said, I definitely agree with the athletes being paid. I definitely agree with that.
Let's get to business. Let's shout out to Reggie Bush and all them.
Makayla Epps and everybody. Come on,
crazy college careers.
Big Young and stuff. Come on, man.
Look in. Drop that bag. But yeah, I grew up watching women play, like, you know, Shamiqua Holsclaw, Diana Taurasi, Cheryl Swoops, Rebecca Lobo, Lisa Leslie, all those. The Tennessee, UK dynasty, UConn dynasties, Tennessee. Now we got Breonna Stewart, Makayla Epps, Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, Caitlin Clark, you know, South Carolina, Coach Staley. How do you feel about the revolution of the game?
Oh my God, I love it. You know, I love it. I hate that I'm not in it on like the broad WNBA scale, like, you know, the Caitlin Clarks and like that. I wish that I was in it, but I just love it for the ladies in general, because people gotta understand, women's basketball, just because we not dunking the ball, women's basketball is still good basketball. Why? Because we do have to be skilled in a certain type of way to even make our game look good. You know, we have to have a skill set to create off the bounce, because we can't dunk. We can't entertain y'all by the dunk, but no, we can entertain y'all by the wow of the pass or the shot or you know, the ball movement, and there's other ways to wow you. So I love it for the ladies. I think we have some really good people leading it right now. Like I said, with the Asia Wilsons and the Angel Reeses and Caitlin Clarks, you know, you got 3 household names that all the kids know. So, you know, we have faces on the forefront of it, promoting your Don Staley's, your Kim Mulkeys, your Flage's, you know, you have Juju's, you have a lot of good women that are only going to make it get better. And now people are starting to buy in, you know. Women owe a lot to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. The little rivalry that the media created for whatever reason, it's done women's basketball amazing. Caitlin Clark within herself has done the game a blessing. You know, you gotta credit her.
This is such a brilliant answer.
You gotta credit her. She's selling out arenas. Like, people want to see Caitlin Clark. Like, and that's good for women's basketball, because they're coming to see Caitlin Clark, but then they're going to see women's basketball. You know what I'm saying? So then it's just going to progress and progress and progress. And, you know, the viewership has gone up immensely. The women are going to start getting paid more, and I feel like they should. You know, the guys are making mega millions, and I don't discredit that at all, but the ladies is only making a couple $100,000.
Then their value goes up the more it increases.
Come on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pay the lady. I'm not saying that they deserve LeBron money, no, but they at least deserve last man on the NBA bench roster, and he's making $1 million too. You know what I'm saying?
The interest and notoriety is growing.
It is.
I see that happening.
It's coming. It's definitely coming, you know, and it's just, that's what it's about. Promo and building your brand and keeping the game clean and having the right faces leading the league and stuff like that.
I like you said faces because their marketing
absolutely
is where it's at.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's important. You got to market it, you know. And like I said, I feel like it's going in the right path, and we got ladies coming up behind it that's just gonna keep the ball rolling. So I'm excited to see where it is in the next 5 to 10 years.
Nice.
Absolutely.
And basketball's still a major part of your life. It's helped you in just a tremendous way, in a positive, shining, loving way.
Absolutely. I mean,
so, any fun facts you mind sharing with us?
Fun facts. Fun facts.
Nope. Pet peeves?
I don't like bad basketball. And that's no shot. You know,
so break down what bad basketball is.
So, okay, not even like just bad basketball, but like I feel like, okay, one of my biggest pet peeves is the state of Kentucky not having a shot clock. I don't like it. I don't like it. People like, oh, I don't like it. That's a good point. Because I'm going to be honest, I've been there, I've seen it. I still see it. Kentucky basketball, we're getting better. We got a lot of good guys coming up, got a good ladies. You know, your Zakiya Johnsons, your Malachi Morenos. We got some people coming up, so we're getting better. We're getting there. But like, we're still behind in Kentucky.
I know what you mean.
We're behind. And if you ain't never been out to another state and seen a high school game or witnessed a high school state tournament or witnessed a high school team playing with a shot clock, you won't understand it. But at the end of the day, we're behind. So then now
I didn't realize that. No shot clock.
No shot clock. So then now you're building these kids up. They're playing ball for 12 years. Gosh, if they do make it to the next level, you're behind because you ain't never played with a shot clock. You don't know what that game feel like. Right. You don't know that you got to swing that ball now because at times winding down. Right. Now you got to play with that monkey on your back. These kids in these other states been playing with it. Right. Been playing with it. So then once they go to the next level, they're already there. Wow. They're already there. Like, we're behind in Kentucky, but we're behind in Kentucky on a lot of different realms. That's a rabbit hole.
Would you like to see Kentucky with a professional team someday? I
mean, I would love that.
Yeah.
You know, Kentucky is a basketball state. We love our BBN. Right. Louisville's fan base is great. You know, we've had Ja Morant down at Murray State. We've had Ken Freed down at Morehead State. Like K-State, great HBCU. Like we got, I mean, you know, we've filtered some prominent names through the state of Kentucky. You know, on the guys' basketball side, I would definitely like to see it.
Because the interest of basketball that Kentucky has brought to the world has been, wow, it's been amazing. Like last year when Calipari left Kentucky, it was like something else was going on. Right. But the whole focus on ESPN, Stephen A. Smith and all them, they was talking about John Cal leaving Kentucky.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what do you miss most about the game?
I just competing, man. I like to compete. You know, life's so serious all the time. Yeah. You know, when it shouldn't be. And then like, you know, the game of basketball always freed me. You know, when I stepped on them 4 lines, like nothing mattered except like the 32 minutes or the 40 minutes that I was about to compete. Right. Like, so like nothing mattered. I didn't have no worries. I didn't have no care because I was, you know, focused on doing something I love, like where I'm most happy at, where I'm most free at. You know, so I'm just out there, you know, again, they're entertainers. I'm out there performing.
You're feeling that same way going out for the Swish team.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel now. You know, like, I got that love back that, you know, like I look forward to practicing. I look forward to knowing I got a game next month in transit. Like all my people, like, because again, last year we was playing in Hazard. So Hazard is 3.5 hours from my hometown, but we're still in Kentucky.
Hazard is over way east.
Hazard's way east, way east.
Y'all couldn't make it back this way though.
So like nobody was, like none of my folks, you know, that have been by my side since I've been doing this to like watch me. My grandparents like wasn't driving 3.5 hours to come watch me. My brothers, you know, stuff like that, like my folks. But like now having it down in transit, like that's gonna mean the world to not only me, but like a lot of my teammates. I got teammates from Louisville, teammates from Ohio, and like for everybody to be able to see us like still doing this on a professional level, because semi-pro is still very professional. Like and it feels good.
In Transylvania, to be exact, to be clear for everybody, it's right there in Lexington,
right in the heart of Lexington. Right in the heart of Lexington. We're gonna put on a good show, I promise.
Yeah, and you still locked in. You stay heavy locked in. Yeah. Please continue to be amazing. I'm so appreciative of you coming by, stopping by.
Absolutely.
This is bucket list from my platform. I told my mama and I got an Epps coming. Absolutely. I'm telling you, BBN. So, what's a song you could go forever without hearing again?
A song I could go forever without hearing?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Petty question.
I don't like it. They had or is it Lil Pump or Trippie Redd? They do that Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. I hate that. Buddy got paid M's to say Gucci Gang. I could have did that one.
Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang.
Oh man, that drives me crazy, bro. It drives me crazy. He got a bag off that.
Stick a fork
I
in it.
never want to hear that again. Next.
That's crazy. It had no substance to it.
Man.
So, you putting on for those kids out there.
Absolutely.
Discipline or motivation? Which one you feel is more important?
They know I'm gonna bring both. They know I'm gonna bring both, but I'm gonna be on. Like I'm gonna be hard on you, but I'm gonna motivate you. I'm gonna motivate you more than anything. I like the discipline because it's gonna show me who you are, and I like that. And that's how it was for me. Like discipline and structure. A lot of people don't like structure. A lot of people don't like having to do what they're to be told to do. A lot of people don't like that, but that's life, you know. And I had to realize that, like, at the end of the day, if this is what I want to do, if this is what I want to be, like, yes, I have to be disciplined.
Was it constructive criticism?
Yeah, you know, I have to be.
Criticism.
I have to be disciplined. I'm going to definitely give constructive criticism, but I've been around basketball so much now that I feel like I do it in a way that's you're getting both out of me. You're really getting both. Like I'm hard on you, but I promise you I'm building you up. Like we're going to have fun. You're not going to hate me. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to make you be like, God, she's the worst ever. Right. You know, but like I'm going to hold you accountable. Make it clear. It's going to be very clear. You know,
you always had a nice balance about you.
Absolutely. You know, life's about balance. But and I'm a Gemini. So absolutely. Two sides.
I respect it. Team Leo in the building. You know how we are. We aggressive, we beastly. But yeah, I like that. But I feel like those qualities are all they play into being a great teammate, being a great trainer, great coach, great mentor, great point guard. Absolutely. You know what I mean? All those are fundamental characteristics of leadership. Yeah. So I wanted to point that out. Absolutely. You got a message to the youth? And by the way, happy birthday. Happy early birthday. Tomorrow's a birthday. I caught that.
Big 30, yeah.
Big 3-0.
Yeah, big 3-0. But my message to the youth would just be, man, don't let nobody tell you can't do it. Or don't let nobody, you know, put it in your head that you're not good enough to do something that you want to do. I come from small town Marion County, Kentucky. It's smaller than E-Town.
Shout out to Marion County.
Smaller than Vine Grove, you know, smaller than Radcliffe. So, you know, really the country, you know, and again, you wouldn't walking around, you wouldn't be like, yeah, there's a WNBA player living here. Yeah, there's a pro living around here. Like, no, just by the looks of it. But again, don't let nobody tell you that you can't, because I promise that you can as long as you put your mind to it and work at it, okay? You're never going to get nothing out of life if you don't work at it, okay? You got to put in what you want out, okay? And it all makes sense to you as you get older. But I promise you got to put in what you want out, okay?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's why she's shining like a light bulb. She put the work in.
Absolutely.
You got some shout outs, upcoming events, any of that?
So like I said, man, tomorrow's my birthday. Yes. I'm actually playing. It's called the Bardstown Hoop Fest. Shout out my man Rodney Downs. He holds the Bardstown Hoop Fest down in Bardstown, Kentucky.
Shout out to Bardstown.
I'll actually be playing tomorrow in that. There's a women's game, so I'll be playing in that. And then, like I said, Saturday, July 5th, 3:30.
Kentucky Swoosh.
Kentucky Swish, yep.
Kentucky Swish?
OnPoint Swish. I'm telling y'all, good basketball. Come check me out. Come hold me accountable. I told y'all I can still go, so come hold me accountable. Pop in, check us out, and then there'll be some more home games where they're going to be playing in Lexington at Transy again, or in Richmond, maybe at GRC. Even talked about the possibility of K-State. So again, we're going to have more home games that are in local areas where people can travel to and check us out. Again, I would love to see folks check me out. And just shout out to all my peoples. Always, all my peoples. Y'all know who y'all are. I ain't got to say no names. It's all love.
Thank you so much, Makayla. I appreciate your time. Superstar. Legendary. Kentucky Mount Rushmore basketball. McDonald's All-American Superstar. All that great stuff. Man, make sure y'all slide into them Kentucky Swish games. Man,
for real.
Pull up.
Telling you, for real.
And she'll slap 20, 30, 40 on you. Whatever you want.
Pop
Cross over the hezzy.
Take the over, though.
Yeah, pull over, pop. What you need?
On the bets, take the over.
Take the over. FanDuel, get your FanDuel over. DraftKings straight. Yeah, take the over. Take the over. Yeah, Makayla Epps. Let's get the business.
Yo, let's get the business.